The more you emotionally live a certain reality, whether it is a reality that you want to experience or not, that you're focusing on by default, the more you actually make that reality real, okay? The more you make it happen. So many people say, well, yeah, feeling is a secret, right? Whenever you want to manifest something, you need to feel it. And of course, this is true, but I feel like the details are, many times left out as to really why that is so and really how to actually apply this, okay? So the thing is, you're constantly emitting vibrations, okay? And they go out into the universe, and whatever vibrations, whatever energy you're signaling out into the universe must come back to you, okay? So this is one of the universal laws, right? Cause and effect. Whatever you put out is what you get back. It's all the same, right? The law of attraction. So this is why you need to really, yes, feel it, but you need to do it the right way, okay? Because you cannot emit a signal of feeling like you have it and embodying a state of lack at the same time. And the thing is that many people quite get this concept to a certain extent, but then they flip-flop, right? They go back and forth. They embody the state of having it, but then they go back into like, where is it? It's been taking so long. And then you're emitting opposite vibrations, right? And therefore you are creating by default. See, the reason why feeling is a secret is because there is only now, okay? I've talked about this many times before. The past and the future, there are basically illusions, right? That's all, linear time, but linear time doesn't really exist, okay? So only focus on right now always as much as you can, because it's the only moment that truly exists and that you can create from, okay? So that is why you need to feel like you already have it right now. In every moment of now, you need to feel like you have it, because if in some moments in time now, meaning, okay, you feel like you don't have it, you're instantly, immediately miscreating, okay? So you're interrupting the whole manifestation process at the exact moment that you're wondering where it is, okay? Because then you're broadcasting lack. So why you need to feel like you already have it is, because of the energy, okay? It's the energy you're emitting out. So that is why you need to feel like you already have it right now. So, technically you do already have it right now, okay? It's just not visible to you because you're not yet the wavelength of it, okay? But every version of you already exists in a quantum field. So you do already have it. But I would not come from this viewpoint, okay? If you're starting out, with manifestation, or even if you've been applying conscious manifestation for a while, because if you really come from the concept like, okay, every version of me already exists, I just need to go with the flow and nothing bad will happen, I can instantly manifest anything. If you have this kind of mindset, if you've acquired this kind of um, thought process, then good for you, okay? So yeah, that's amazing, but most people still go back and forth sometimes. And if you still find yourself to be that kind of person who still, even if it's just one time, okay, if you doubt yourself even once, when you're interrupting your manifestation process, then I need you to listen to this, okay? So it's all about how you're feeling in the moment, okay? Because that dictates what is next to come for you, okay? So if you're feeling like it isn't here yet, if you're feeling lack, then that is what you're gonna manifest more of, okay? So what you've been manifesting in the past, even if you felt great, well, that whole process has been interrupted the exact moment that you feel you lack it, okay? So this is why you need to come from having, feeling like you have it first, okay? And basically, um, coming from the desired identity first. You need to really choose who you want to be, and choosing what kind of manifestations you want to have, and then think and feel from that identity. Okay, not like, it's not about, still being conscious of your present identity, the one that doesn't have it, and then trying to get, trying to manifest what you want. Okay, and as I said, the reason for this is because you're manifesting in every moment. Okay, the energy you're emitting out is what you get back. So if you are still mainly coming from the identity who doesn't have their manifestation, then you're mostly broadcasting lack. Okay, even if your intention is to get what you want, and it may still come. Okay, but you may manifest a lot of delay when you're coming from the identity who doesn't have it. And really, the whole purpose of manifestation, right, of manipulating energy, right, this is one of the reasons, one of our purposes as human beings of why we're here, is all about, embodying the identity, and from that identity, feeling how it would feel to have the manifestation that you want, and as a result becoming the person. So it's be, do, have. Okay, it's not doing and then having and then you're being it. Okay, as many people have been brainwashed to believe that this is how life works. No, it's all about choosing who you want to be first, then feeling as if it's already real, and then you will experience the physical manifestation of it. So yeah, it's basically all reverse engineering how you've been told to live life, how you've been told to manifest, because yeah, it's all, the other way around. Okay, um so you need to really, feel like you have it. You need to embody the identity, embody the energy, and then you'll get the reflection. Okay, it's not about, keep rehearsing the same identity you've been practicing before, because then you'll never really become a new person. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about becoming the person you want to be and feeling as if you're already that person, right? It's about really living life that way. So yeah, in my previous video about imagination is real that I've posted, I also said that, you know, um, fairy tales is basically the way life works. Okay, as Bashar has once said in one of his transmissions. So, this goes hand in hand with what I just said, that the more you emotionally feel a certain reality, the more you emotionally live out a certain reality that you want to experience, the more it becomes real. So that is why we can actually, kind of compare this with fairy tales. But yeah, in fairy tales, you often see that this character, they keep on dreaming about a better, more beautiful life. They keep imagining what they want, and then because they keep imagining it, eventually it becomes real. Okay, but the important thing is that, even though the more you imagine and feel something to be real, the more you make it happen, you can still block yourself, okay, from actually getting the thing that you want, if you're basically, if you have resistance and you don't actually believe that, what you're doing will make it happen. Okay, so yeah, if you believe in lack, if you believe in delay, if you don't believe in what I'm saying, then you're gonna be in your own way. Okay, and it's not gonna happen for you, because the real important thing here is that belief is really required. Okay, belief is like the foundation of all of this. Okay, you need to believe it before you see it. Okay, it's not seeing and then believing, right? Many people who are not spiritual, they say, well, I need to see it before I believe it. But that's the exact reason why they never see it, is because they don't believe it. Okay, is believing, and then you'll see it. So yeah, this is really how life works. And the thing is, you can't be too analytical about this. Okay, because I know for many people, they want to figure this whole thing out, they can't simply believe that life is this simple. And for me myself, I almost couldn't believe it for myself, because in the past many times, you know I was, sometimes really unhappy, and I didn't realize that I was the cause of my misery. Okay, I didn't realize that I caused all these unfortunate things to happen in my reality, and it was simply, the cause of all of that was my thoughts. Okay, it was all my thinking. It was my feelings, the way I felt about my circumstances. So this is why I'm saying fairy tales is really how life works. Okay, the more you feel good about something, the more good you actually receive about the thing you're feeling positive about. Okay, the more you feel negative about something, the more you will get that reflection. Okay, the more you will experience, you know the negativity of those things in your reality. So your reality is all about perception. Okay, the way you perceive things is how things are. Okay, for you there is no objective reality. Okay, reality is just subjective. Okay, the way you define things, the way you believe things to be, is the way things are. Okay, for you, maybe not for somebody else, but for you. Okay, but it's still all about going with the flow. Okay, it's not about forcing things to be different. It's still, about being your true self, and choosing positive definitions for how you want to experience your reality. But you need to always be your true self. Okay, you can't possibly be somebody you're not. Okay, you can try, but you will fail in the end. Okay, the thing is, you may want to change yourself, but actually you will find that if you desire change, to truly change yourself, automatically you will start to change. Okay, over time, because your higher self already knows who you want to be, what you want. And if you let things be, if you will naturally allow things to come to you, you are naturally already a vibrational match for your desires. Okay, it just takes a little bit of time before you see the physical evidence of that. But yeah, really, with manifestation, it's very important that you remain true to yourself. Okay, and the more you actually have that intention, the more you may change, but you will become more of your true self. Okay, it's not like you will become an entirely different person. Okay, you will become a better version of yourself. Okay, so that's why I'm saying never force yourself to be different. If you don't like yourself right now, you need to be in acceptance of yourself, and just you know go with the flow, and follow your passion is a very important tip that I want to give you. It's from Bashar. Check his website out, and what he means by following your passion. Okay, you can Google it. But yeah, okay, this is what I wanted to say. I love you so much. So hopefully this was very helpful for you. If you like, you can sign up for one-on-one coaching via the link in my bio. Also check out my website if you want there. Okay, bye bye.